but he ain't listen to me, but he ain't listen to me, but he ain't listen to me. I tried to talk to him. He ain't listen to me, but he ain't listen to me, but he ain't listen to me, but he ain't listen to me.
I wear my sunglasses at night so I can. I don't know. What up, y'all? How you feeling? It's your boy. Go and see Spaceship Away. It's the Incredible, and we back for another edition of In This Corner, Pro Wrestling with a Kick. It's your boy. We here. Talk a little wrestling. Today was okay. I'm just sharing. Today was an okay episode. I think with 2 weeks left until WrestleMania, they got to play it kind of cool. I will say this though: the thing I do like about WWE is you don't have to have, because everybody's not wrestling every PLE. You can still have main event matches on Raw and SmackDown and not risk people getting hurt. Now, we had matches today where a lot of people might be ended up wrestling on WrestleMania. We got a few new matches. We got some progression. I think the biggest thing that got me today was the Jey Uso promo with Gunther. And, of course, Seth Rollins and his last part. I think Seth Rollins was trying to one-up Hangman and Swerve from AEW last week with his one-liner. I think they've had some one-liners that have progressed and, just make, what up, Shotty? Trying to progress the storylines. Shotty, the flyer is on my page for WrestleMania if y'all coming. Because you know how we do. But they were from Minneapolis. At the end, you had Heyman and Seth Rollins. I didn't think Punk was there. I knew Roman wasn't there because they said he was going to be at Raw next week. And at the end, and we'll just get to the end. Listen, I had breakfast for dinner. That shit gave me the itis. I didn't even want to go live today. Be honest, because I was like, shit, I'm sleepy. What up, Tavarin? But I said I wanted to do this. But at the end, it was Heyman and Rollins. Punk came out after Rollins was bullying Heyman, if you will. He hit a curve stump on Punk, and Heyman was set up to get a curve stump. He did not hit him, and he told him, now you owe me a favor. And this really, the speculation is that Heyman is going to go to Seth. Yes, sir. I'm actually texting about my costume right now. Ha 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 ha! It's gonna be hilarious. But there's speculation that Heyman might end up going with Seth. And tonight's promo, it did two things for me. One, it kept Seth relevant in the feud because the feud has been gearing towards CM Punk and Roman Reigns and the favor and all that. And Seth, of course, beating Punk in the cage, it kind of put him in the back burner, right? It made him feel like he was in the back burner a little bit. But today, it made me feel like Seth is part of it with him and Punk fighting. Roman's not there, but also with Seth saying, you owe me a favor. I'm wondering if they're in cahoots with each other. I wonder if Heyman's going to come back and say, I'm sick and tired of both of y'all. You leave me, Roman, and you're a whiny bitch, Punk. Seth doesn't whine. Seth doesn't do this. Seth is the architect. And I think that will be a whole new optic. I don't really want Seth and Heyman to get together. I think it'll be too much Heyman passing. Heyman was strongest when he was just with Brock, then just with Roman. When he was with the Bloodline, he was still kind of just with Roman. I don't want him to go jump to Punk and then back to Seth. I don't want that. And then I was wondering what was going to happen with Gunther and Jey Uso. And Jey came out, he gave a passionate promo about talking family. He said, guess what I had to talk to my mama about? Hey, Adriana, guess what I talked to my mom about this week? She asked me why I didn't help. And through all this, they kind of 86th the Jimmy Uso scared of Gunther. And his promo was like, I'm not scared of you no more, bro. And I like how he just stood in that ring. He didn't jump. He wasn't on the outside. He just talked. He talked to Gunther like, I'm gonna whoop your ass. The only part about that, and I said this in one of our group chats tonight, I wish at the end of his promo, Jey Uso would have said, welcome to the Uso Penitentiary. If he'd have did that. If anybody want to get my fat boy some, yeah, the fact that Gunther said nothing. Gunther thinking, if anybody want to get Fat Boy some Yeet glasses, let me know. He needs some Yeet glasses. So if you want to get my Fat Boy some Yeet glasses for the WrestleMania party, that'll be awesome. Because I can't get them right now. This nigga came home. Let me say this. Being a single parent, man, this nigga came home with like 4 different things that he got to pay for. Bro, I get paid on the 15th, cuz. So, but I'm going to get it. I'm going to make it happen, though. I'm good. I'm all right. So let's go ahead and recap the show. They recapped the women's world title match. And I like that they started the show with the ladies. I don't necessarily like that they just threw Rhea in there. But I do like Bianca's justification. Now, I'm confused here. And I know it's 3 faces. But why are they booing Bianca again? And I know with heels, they always have the opportunity to, or they play the role of truth serum. They tell the truth. And Bianca's telling the truth. Like, I fought in the Elimination Chamber. You lost. Why do I have to go through, and my best friends are beefing, and I still won? And this woman loses, and she gets added? I get that, Bianca. Bianca did come out in all black, though. She did come out in all black. You know, and, you know, it's still, they're still making it about them two, Rhea and Bianca. Io getting mush in her face again, not saying nothing. She's like, man, fuck this. Like, fuck this. And she went outside and she ended up drop kicking Rhea. And so it's going to be a triple threat match. It's going to be a great match. I want Bianca to win because Bianca's undefeated at WrestleMania. But I really feel like today, and I thought this while I was watching this, Io Sky is the most underrated female in WWE. She is the most underrated. And I kind of want Io to win. I don't think Bianca and Rhea need a title for their feud. I think that they're just building enough blood feud. And then you can come back, and when Becky come back, and you can have Io Becky, which I would like, Io Roxanne, which I would like. I think Io and whoever, I think that will make for better matches. Rhea doesn't really give me great matches. Let me say that now. Rhea Ripley does not give me great matches. Bianca give me some pretty good matches. She give me pretty good to great matches. Rhea, name a great match. The only great match I could think with Rhea was when she fought Charlotte at WrestleMania, I think 2 years ago. That was her best match. Rhea's more character work. I would keep that title on Io. Let Io work on that title. I don't want Io to just have a month title reign on that. But they do announce that. And so, like I said, Bianca's still getting booed, which I don't understand. Booed. Rhea's getting cheered. I understand y'all like Rhea, but Rhea is in the wrong here. You lost. Move to the back of the line, boo. Get the winner at Backlash. Something. You got your rematch. You fucked up your rematch. But I understand wrestling purposes. Yeah, Io's fed up. Then we announced a fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental title. So we got some matches now. We up on our matches. Let me see. Let me see if I can count the matches. We got Cody versus John Cena. We got Gunther versus Jey Uso. We got the 4-way IC match. We don't have a United States. We got Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. We got Naomi versus Jade Cargill. We got AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. We got the triple threat for the women's title. We got Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the other women's title. Who else we got? Who else wrestling, y'all? We don't have KO and Randy anymore. Oh, we got Ray now versus Chad Gable or El Grande Americano. Who else we got? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's only 9 matches. What other matches am I missing? Oh, we're gonna have Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight. Okay. We're gonna have a tag, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus, and I'm gonna say Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. So that's 11 matches. So they're probably gonna give us 12 matches, 6 matches per night. Yeah, I'm getting tired of Rhea. Like Rhea's okay, but you know, so we're gonna have about 12 matches, 6 matches per night, which is pretty cool with me. I do that. I hope the New Day and the War Raiders, and then you might have a fatal, you know, you might have a ladder match, or the Motor City Machine Gun versus Street Profits. So that'll be enough there. So then we have the Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental Title match with Braun Breaker, Penta, Dominick Mysterio, and Finn Balor. I see either Dom or Finn winning. I see Braun Breaker and Penta being protected somewhat. Maybe even Dom pin Finn, or Finn pins Dom. I see them breaking up. And Finn is really on his head. Liv Morgan, when they went to the backstage segment with Judgment Day, why Adam Pearce say that Rhea Ripley was representing Judgment Day? I thought that was funny. What up, brother? What's good, brother? But anyway, so Liv Morgan is controlling Judgment Day. She's the one talking all the shit back there. Now the Finn comes in there. He plays the devil advocate. He's like, you know, why are both of us in this match? And Liv's like, yo, we got 2 chances to win the title as long as we bring it back to Judgment Day. And Dom's like, it's a lot of pressure. I mean, Finn was like, it's a lot of pressure. Dom isn't tough enough. You're weak. You can't wrestle. Blah blah blah. But I believe in you. Passive aggressive like a bitch. I believe in you, right? And then he lets us know Dom is fighting Penta tonight. At 7:21 was our first match, which was Lyra versus Bayley for the Women's Intercontinental title. You have some, I've always said that Lyra has not connected, but tonight she kind of connected a little bit. I heard some Let's Go Bayley, Let's Go Lyra chants. They can wrestle. I saw somebody today say Lyra's boring. She is boring, but she can wrestle. She's technically sound. The problem is it was a good match, but there's just no chemistry. They were clunky. They was botching a little bit. I saw them botch early at the beginning of the match with the power bomb into the turnbuckle. They fixed it. They had some other little exchanges, but it just never connected. I wasn't going to say nothing about that at first because everybody, players fuck up, right? Players fuck up. But over the time, I saw wasn't nothing changing. And so I was just like, this is real clunky. And they was like, oh, this is a great match. But the crowd really couldn't get into it because every time they got some momentum going, every time they got a little bit of momentum going, then it just seemed like, hey, Audrey, they would mess up. So Lyra ends up winning with a roll-up. And at the end, Bayley was acting like she was mad. She pushed her hand away, but then she caught herself, got back in the ring because they do have to fight this Friday in the gauntlet match for a chance to go to fight for the WWE women's tag titles at WrestleMania. So that was interesting. Good match. Once again, no chemistry. Kathy Kelly, Bert Keichner, American Made, Alpha Academy. You have this in the background. I like that they're still keeping Otis relevant. They're not just having him in catering. And he keeps coming up around Chad Gable. So we're going to see what happens with that. It was just a segment, whatever. Then you had a 6-man match. The LWO versus American Made and El Grande. What is his name? What's his name? El Grande Americano. Excuse me. El Grande Americano, which is Chad Gable, but it's the LWO. Oh, this is a pretty good match. Tired of seeing it, but Joaquin Wilde and Del Toro are amazing wrestlers. They do some crazy spots. Joaquin Wilde he jumped off the dude back, hit the tope on the outside, and then Cruz Del Toro got on the top rope and did like a spinning thing. Like he spun like maybe 2-3 revelations and landed on one of the Creeds. But El Grande, Ivy now gave him something to put in his head. I love the old school to the forehead. And Dragon Lee is crazy too. Dragon Lee has a great moveset. All of them are great. It's just a connection with the crowd that's not happening right now with them. And I think it's because you keep having them face the same type of people and they're not getting wins. Ivy now gives El Grande a piece of metal to put in his mask. He headbutts Ray when Ray gets on the mat. And then Dragon Lee gets to the top. He gets headbutted again, hits him with a splash, and then American Made wins. Eventually from this, Rey Mysterio. So we pretty much got 3 matches tonight. We got Rey Mysterio challenges El Grande Americano. And I thought they were going to do a mask versus mask match, which I would like. So we can do the reveal on Chad Gable. Because I don't want to see Rey Mysterio, though, 13-year-old face, right? 54-year-old body, 13-year-old face, looking ass. But we are going to get that match at WrestleMania as well. And so American Made wins. Then you had an AJ and Karrion segment. Karrion just, I don't know. He's just Karrion. He's trying. But him and AJ's going to fight next week. So I hope Karrion gets a chance. Excuse me for yawning again, y'all. I'm tired. I'm going to take a nap after this. And you had your Uso Gunther recap. Gunther comes out, and then Jay comes out. And at first I was like, me and Fat Boy was watching wrestling. I said, is Jay gonna come out? He said, yeah, he gonna come. And he's a big geek. So Jay comes out, gets serious. And Gunther the whole time was laughing at Jay. He wasn't laughing when Jay got in that ring. I think now Gunther's a little nervous. So, once again, he tells Gunther, I'm not scared of you anymore. Do all this. And the package that they did for this, Fat Boy didn't see this last week. Of course, they were in another country, so it came on during the day while he was still at school. So he didn't see this happen in real time. So for Fat Boy to go back and watch this, as the promo package, he's sitting there like, it's so much blood, Dad. Oh my God, I'm scared. Like Gunther's scary. It did what it was supposed to do for those it was supposed to do it too. For us adults, we have to suspend disbelief. Right? Or we have to suspend belief, right? We know what this is, but for a kid, this is real to them. So for an 8-year-old watching this, it was, oh my God. And so I loved it. But like I said, at the end, he should have hit it with an Uso Penitentiary. Then you had the Roman Punk self segment. They showed that. New Day versus War Raiders. This is when I was eating dinner. Both of these acts don't do shit for me. Not an Xavier Woods fan. Kofi is mid, besides Kofi Mania. The War Raiders, they just don't do nothing for me at all. They can't get heat. If them motherfuckers was in South Florida, they couldn't get heat. If they mama fucked the furnace, they couldn't get heat. If they played for Miami, they couldn't get heat. They lived in a sauna. People just whatever. And they got some nice moves. Hey, Crystal, they got some nice moves, but it's nothing that sticks to you. They might need to go back to Ring of Honor. New Day wins by DQ. They brought a cherry in. War Raiders used it. So I'm thinking they may be able to use that to have them wrestle again because of what I've heard. There are no black male wrestlers on this WrestleMania card. You got to have some black male wrestlers. And I know next year we probably will. I know people be tripping over Carmelo. He can earn his stripes a little bit more. But New Day needs to be on this card. And I was hoping they didn't win today. Let them win at WrestleMania. I can take that. You had another Cody package. The Cody package was pretty good. Give me some stars, y'all. Something. Then you had Penta versus Dom. Penta defeats Dom. Hits the little sacrifice with the arm thing, the Penta driver, which was a decent match. And then you finally had your Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins segment. And Seth is just really instigating things. And it made me feel like Seth and Heyman are in cahoots. And Seth was like, we can end this. You don't have to be there. I can take care of this. I can handle all this. And he was like, what? Like, yeah, I can handle all this. I can handle all this. Let me just put my foot in the back of your face, the back of your neck. And so I put our Seth and Paul working together. Here comes Punk. They're making sure the triple threat keeps its intensity. Curve stunk the Punk. And as he gets ready, he stops from giving Paul a curve stump. He says, now you owe me a favor. Not bad. The matches tonight, and if I'm thinking about it, New Day and War Raiders boring. Penta Dom didn't feel like it had a lot of heat. Lyra Bayley was clunky. And the best match probably was the LWO versus the Creeds and Grande Americano. I'm probably gonna give this one a 2.75 because I really like Jey Uso's promo. I really like the end promo. I like that match. The triple threat stuff at the beginning was okay. Yeah, I'm thinking the way Seth and Paul was talking tonight just made me feel like they might be in cahoots with each other. Because if Seth didn't think nobody was there, Paul felt very comfortable in that ring. He was not scared. And Seth brought up a lot of good points, like Roman left you, bro. Roman left you. Seth really, Punk kind of left you hanging out to dry. You was stuck with Solo and Jacob and all them. You got powerbomb, player. I was here. But you ain't my business because you fuck with Roman. So I can't fuck with you. But if you fuck with me, you have a little bit more protection. You know, that's what I got from it, man. That's what I got from it. Did anybody got any questions? If y'all got any questions, put in the chat box. I'll try to answer some questions. Anything you want to ask about wrestling or ask me about wrestling or whatnot, you can go ahead and put that in the chat box right now, and we'll do that. I'm gonna give this. No, does Roman need Paul? Does CM Punk need Paul? Paul Heyman is a wise man. Paul Heyman, for the most part, makes champions. So yes, Seth, and I've been watching WrestleMania. Seth lost to The Rock and Roman. He's lost to Cesaro. He's lost to Cody. I think he beat Kevin. He beat KO. No, I think KO beat him. No, he beat KO in the pandemic. And then he beat Logan Paul. Seth has not really done a lot. He did have the championship when he beat AJ Styles, but I think I don't want Seth and Paul to be together personally. I think it would add to the story, but if we're trying to get to CM Punk and Roman Reigns by SummerSlam, I don't know what Seth would be, what he will play in that, right? Because you got to have some heat, like, and even for me, this is my theory. This is my early prediction. Paul is going to turn on Punk. I think Roman is a better heel. Punk is a better face. I think, Heyman's going to be in Punk's corner, but he's going to stick with his tribal chief, and Punk is going to win. Seth is not going to even matter in the decision. He can go off and do something else. But I think CM Punk and Roman Reigns will have their feud that will last until SummerSlam. So that's just my early prediction. But I give this show a 2.75 ships. I was kind of almost thinking about 2.5, but I did like the promos tonight. I think it did. I think, getting 3 matches together for WrestleMania. The Lyra and Bayley match wasn't horrible. But it could have been better. And the LWO match, an American Made, was pretty doggone good. Penta and Dom was okay. Worst match was New Day War Raiders. I don't even need them on my screen. You feel me? Make sure you check us out this Thursday for the Wild Out Radio Thursday Night House Party. I think I'm up out of here, man. If y'all got anything, likes, comments, questions, hit me up on Facebook, The Wild Out Radio, or Jamar Jones. You can hit me up on Twitter at Spaceship O. Hit me up on Instagram at Spaceship O, or The Wild Out Radio, man. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy going to see Spaceship Oasis the Incredible. This has been In This Corner, Wrestling with a Kick, man. I'm out. Peace.
But he ain't listen to me. But he ain't listen to me. But he ain't listen to me. I tried to talk to him. But he ain't listen to me. 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 Try.